The 1-1. Angel Hernandez is in midseason form.
I do need to say this, though. I don't think Angel Hernandez should be umping playoff games. He's absolutely terrible. He's terrible behind the plate today. He's terrible at first base. It's amazing that how he's getting a job to pitch to play in these, to umpire in these playoff games. He shouldn't be anywhere near a playoff game.
Is that sentiment shared by many of your teammates?
Everybody, I think.
Everybody.
I think if you go ask them on the other side too, he's bad. I don't understand why he's doing these games.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bad, just all around. Angel in the middle of something again. I mean, it's just every year. It's the same story, same thing. I'm probably going to get a letter from Michael Hill, and I'm going to get fined for being right again. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again, and it's just not right.
Zero issue with getting thrown out, making it very clear. You've missed him inside, outside, up, and... Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you!
It finally happened. I might shed a tear today. It's a historic time, a time we never thought would come. This is bigger than World War II. This is bigger than the recent death of that Iranian president. This is even bigger than if Tyler Perry dropped a new Madea movie, as Angel Hernandez has officially retired. What a career. For him to do what he did for as long as he did was beyond impressive. He's truly an inspiration for blind people worldwide and really makes Helen Keller take a back seat. She looks like a loser compared to Angel. For the people who happen to be both blind and stupid, and for some reason also have an ego, well, Angel must be your Christ. The MLB scriptwriters have been letting us down lately with the Acuna injury, but this was a big comeback and plot point to add to this season. One that nobody saw coming, and you can't say that you did. There's also a pretty significant thing to point out here. Bill Clinton was in office for 8 years. Angel was an umpire the entire time. George Bush was in office for 8 years. Angel was an umpire the entire time. Barack Obama, 8 years. Angel kept doing his thing. Donald Trump, 4 years. Angel still around. Well, folks, say whatever you want about him, but he did it. Joe Biden just took out the most wanted terrorist, so congrats to him. And immediately you gotta think Angel might have been paid off or something by Major League Baseball to get to this point. For it to happen so suddenly while also knowing how big of an ego that he has. I mean, it got to a point where I kept making jokes about Angel having blackmail and dirt on at least several people working at the higher-ups in Major League Baseball. But with as far as things got, it started to seem like a genuine possibility. It's probably not true, but like, oh my god, I could not understand for the life of me, nobody could, how someone this bad kept his job for as long as he did. And I understand there's an umpires union, so MLB can't just straight up fire Angel. It's not that simple, but there's got to be a way they could get involved and force him out. There just had to be. There's no way Angel can just like become Thanos with Infinity Stones and have the power to be terrible and continue being terrible for so long while nobody can stop him. Him being sub-mob leader felt like the only optimal reason. Apparently a source told reporter Ken Rosenthal that MLB approached Angel about moving on from umpiring, to which he agreed, but Angel's lawyer Kevin Murphy texted reporter Sam Blum that he was not forced out by Major League Baseball. I wouldn't throw out the idea that he was paid off or something to leave. I just have a hard time believing he'd do this out of nowhere the way it just seemingly happened. There were also some other valid reasons for why Angel probably retired I found over on the Infested Toxic Hellhole. also known as Twitter, like this one that suggests he thought it was a contract extension and accidentally signed resignation papers. We also had some historic comparisons to Angel's retirement news. Angel himself released a statement that read the following, quote, "Starting with my first Major League game in 1991, I have had the very good experience of living out my childhood dream of umpiring in the major leagues." Who dreams of becoming an umpire as a kid? Anyway, there's nothing better than working at a profession that you enjoy. I treasured the camaraderie of my colleagues and the friendships I have made along the way, including our locker room attendance in all the various cities. I have decided that I want to spend more time with my family.
You should have thought of that earlier.
Needless to say, there have been many positive changes in the game of baseball since I first entered the profession. This includes the expansion and promotion of minorities. I am proud that I was able to be an active participant in that goal while being a Major League umpire, end quote. And you know what's funny? Immediately, we're all going to be happy that Angel Hernandez is done now, that he's retired, but I'm willing to bet a good amount of people will actually start to miss him and admit that they miss him. It's the classic case of losing someone you find so annoying, but then you start to miss how annoying they were. And I mean, yeah, it's valid. Honestly, Angel did provide a lot of talking and drama for the fans because of all the BS that he added. The man even helped kickstart my own career. I'm serious. To this day, Angel Hernandez is responsible for the highest viewed video on this channel at over 2 million views, and every other video I made about him in the 3 years since has also popped off, including one I made about a month ago. So am I going to miss talking about how terrible he is? At least a little bit? Yeah, I will. I won't lie. It was kind of fun. I'm going to miss him ejecting players for being right and not facing any accountability, just a tad bit. But I'll also say that I'm more happy he's gone now. It was time. It was long overdue. And Angel was a bad umpire, obviously because of his terrible calls, whether it be balls or strikes or a play on the field. But it wasn't only that. He was very clearly a douchebag who liked to insert himself into games. Like, that's not okay for any umpire to do. And he's not the only one, of course. There are plenty of umpires who do the same thing. But Angel was just genuinely not good at anything he did, not at being an umpire, and neither was he at being a good person on the field. Off the field, I don't know the guy. He could be the nicest man, husband and father known to man, which is entirely possible, but as far as he was on the field, he was insufferable. There's no other way around it. The way he treated players and inserted himself into games, like I said, when he was blatantly the one in the wrong, accusing and suing Major League Baseball of racism because they didn't have him umpire in the World Series when there was absolutely no reason other than he's bad at his job. It was pretty obvious, eavesdropping on a phone call that he wasn't supposed to be on during an investigative process MLB was doing, about a rule confusion that happened in a game Angel was umpiring. I mean, just countless stuff that really just make it for the best that he won't be doing this sort of thing anymore. Angel Hernandez was like a prank or joke that was way overplayed. It may have been funny the first 7 times you heard it, but after the 357,000th time, you're like, alright, this is just ridiculous. This isn't a dream. America can celebrate. The world can celebrate, as May 27th, 2024 will forever go down now as one of the greatest days ever. Our nightmare is over.
Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you!